Hey guys, Matt Hooker here. In this video, we're going to be specializing in the Peekaboo boxing style, my favorite style of fighting. This is my man here. He's going to be helping me out. I'm kind of going to be coaching him with some of the Peekaboo moves, starting with head movement. So the first thing I want to do is to check his stance. So I'm going to have him get in a Peekaboo stance. A couple things I'm going to check when it comes to the boxing stance or the Peekaboo fighting stance. Okay, obviously he's going to have his left foot forward and his right foot to the rear. His hips and shoulders are going to be more squared. They don't have to be 100% squared. They can still be at a 45 and that's fine. Okay, usually my rule of thumb, when I'm on the outside of my opponent, I will have my shoulders and hips more at a 45. But when I start moving my head or getting closer to my opponent, I shift and come into that more squared off position. So he's going to get in the stance. All right, he's going to have his hands tight. First thing, I'm going to start with the head, chin tucked. You're going to have the chin tucked down. He's going to have his hands up on his cheekbones, wrists straight, because you don't want the wrist curled where they can bounce the punches off. You want to be able to block the punches with your hand. Then I go to the elbows. Elbows pulled in tight, pointing straight down. A lot of people have their hands up with their elbows pointing out. That's bad because you're going to get hit in the body. All right, he's going to pull his stomach in a little bit and sit down into his hips a little bit and then bend the knees. All right. Remember, there's 3 levels to a boxing stance. You got an upright stance, you got a medium crouch, and then you got a low crouch, okay? The only time I do a low crouch is when I do a knee bend or a duck or I'm bobbing and weaving, okay? Now, when I'm closer to my opponent, I will crouch down. My rule of thumb of my stance when I'm closer to my opponent is I like to get my forehead under his chin, okay? I want to get in and under here. And then if I get really close, I'll put my head right on his neck. That's more for the clinch and infighting. But I lower my center of gravity and crouch down when I'm closer to my opponent. But if I'm on the outside, all right, I'm going to have more of a medium crouch, okay? Because if you're crouching low all the time on the outside, you're going to burn your legs out and you're just going to gas out, okay? So once I know his chin's tucked, hands in the right position, elbows close to the body, pointing straight down, hips, feet semi-squared to your opponent, okay? He does have his left, since he's right-handed, he has his left foot forward, his right foot to the back, okay? He doesn't have a really wide stance and he doesn't have a narrow stance. It's just a medium foot position. Everybody's going to be slightly different based on your height, your size, and whatnot. So once he has that stance down, I'm going to get him moving his head, okay? And the first drill we're going to do is I call the side-to-side drill, okay? I'm just going to throw jabs at him like this, just using my palm. You know, right now when I'm training someone at the beginning, I usually they don't have gloves on yet, and I don't have gloves. I can put a boxing glove on if I want, but in the beginning, it's almost like they're shadow boxing. They're learning the movement. Just like in martial arts, like karate and different martial arts, they have like katas. They have rehearsed movement patterns. The same thing in boxing. We're going to be working movement patterns, working on technique, training the nervous system to move and react a certain way. So once I teach someone their fighting stance, I'm going to immediately either get them in footwork or head movement. But today's video, we're just going to focus on with the head movement, okay? So he's going to do the side-to-side drill. So I'm just going to be throwing palm jabs at him, all right? Just throwing a jab. And in the beginning, I usually don't have him wear gloves. They're just learning technique. The side-to-side drill, I'm just going to be throwing jabs. I'm going to start slow. He's just going to move side to side. He's going to start going left, right, left, okay? So you're going to move your head to the left, right, left. He's going to do 3 slips. Now, mind you, he's bending more at the waist, head to my shoulder. I'm bending more to the side, okay? The goal is to be able to get your head outside your opponent's shoulder. So if he stands here, go ahead and face me right here if you're back to the camera. If you can see me here, when I slip, I'm not doing little slips like this. You can barely see my head. If you can barely see my head right now on video, that means he can hit me easy. Now when I'm slipping, you see how my head's outside the shoulder. So I'm slipping outside my opponent's shoulders. So if I can get outside my opponent's shoulders, I'm outside those straight punches, okay? And mind you, slipping is usually for straight punches, and then the weaving, bobbing and weaving is for the hooks. So he's in his stance. He's going to do a movement pattern. Left, right, left. Okay, so he's going to go left, right, left, and then return back home. Again, repeat. All right, and then we can start speeding it up. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'm going to reset. Left, right, left. Again, left, right, left. And then once he gets that first movement down, then I can make it a continuous drill, okay, more than 3 times. So now he's gonna keep slipping until I tell him to stop. So in front of him, he's gonna slip. He's gonna keep going side to side, all right? Making sure you're breathing properly, and I can speed it up. Okay, side to side, side to side, okay? Making sure you get that bend at the waist while I'm getting the head outside the shoulder, almost like a windshield wiper, okay? There's a difference between a peekaboo slip and a basic slip in boxing. Basic slip in boxing, because they have more bladed stance, is just inside the wrist. They slip it inside the wrist. Where the peekaboo is here in that aggressive posture and that tight defense as they're going side to side, okay? Because the peekaboo stylist is going to be aggressive, a pressure fighter, and taking the fight to the opponent, trying to be entertaining. Okay, and to be able to pressure an opponent and be entertaining, you can't get hit. That's why we focus a lot on head movement, moving your head. So again, one more time, you're just gonna go side to side. He's not gonna move his feet. Now you speed it up, go faster. Yep, side to side. Good. So that's the first drill we're gonna focus on, is the side to side drill. So once I teach him how to move his head side to side stationary, we're going to add movement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start retreating with those jabs. We're going to start stationary. I'm going to start moving back. He's going to start following me by taking micro steps in. He's just going to step. So just to give you an example to show you the footwork's really simple. If I slip left, I step left. If I slip right, I step right. So watch. If I'm stationary, if I move forward, if I slip here, say I can step left, right, left, right. Left, right, little steps. And the reason why we do this, the purpose of this drill, is to bridge the gap, to get close, to follow someone's jab in, to get on the inside so we can light them up with those fast inside combinations and then get to the side, okay? So he's gonna be in front of me. We're gonna start stationary. He's gonna go side to side, right here. Then as I start retreating, going backwards, he's just gonna slowly start stepping and following me, okay? And his goal is to get inside. So it's going to extend your arm out, extend your jab out. So the goal is not to stay here and let me back up. The goal is to get inside the elbow and the wrist with my head. So if I'm inside the elbow, then he pulls it back here. I want to be in that range. So basically, I want to be in that hook and uppercut range. I want to be in. Sure, I can still throw straight punches, but that's the range I want to get in. I want to get in to that inside range where I can hit with my powerful hooks and uppercuts. So again, stationary, side to side. Yep, and speed it up. Now I start going backwards. He's got to follow me. He's got to get in. He's got to go quicker. He's got to get inside the wrist and the elbow, because if he doesn't get inside, then he's too far out. Okay? So on this drill, it's good. This is really good in the ring because you can go corner to corner in the ring. But if you don't, just do like, about 10 to 12 feet, and then you can turn around and go back the other way. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to start here. We're going to go down to this side, turn around, start stationary again, and then go backwards. So if you're drilling this with a partner or if you're coaching it, start stationary. He's going to move his head side to side, and then start following me all the way down. All down, speed it up. Okay, and then once we get down here, we're going to turn around. He's going to start right here. I'm going to start stationary. He's going to move his head side to side. And then he's going to follow me. He's got to get inside. He's got to get inside. Okay? He's got to speed up and he's got to stay within my wrist and my elbow. That is the second side to side drill, basically adding in footwork and following a retreating opponent. So the third drill I'm going to have him do now, once we get the side to side, the slipping motion down, now we're going to do the weave. The weave is that circular head movement. So just to show you what a weave is I kind of, if I'm going to weave to my left, I'm going to sway and then go under. So I'm doing that circular movement. I'm going to bend the knees, get the butt down, keep the hands up, chin tucked, and the head up. I'm not bending over at the waist. Okay, can you bend over a little bit? Absolutely. There's nothing, as long as you keep your eyes and your head semi up, okay, especially in amateur boxing. If you're starting looking down at the ground, they're going to stop it and then tell you to keep your head up. So the weave, I'm just going to sway back and forth. And I'm going to go under the hooks. That's how you defend a hook, is you want to get under it, make him miss. So when he's in his stance, we're going to do this stationary. I'm just going to throw these hooks. Start slow and he's gonna go under. We're gonna start the right hook. He's gonna lock it down in a good solid stance, chin down, elbows, hands up, elbows in. He's gonna go under it. He's gonna go right back under. So start slow, all right? I'm just gonna do this. You can do it for reps. You can put a timer on, okay? Usually I like to do it like 5, 6, 7 times and then give him a little break because it'll burn your fighter or your boxer's legs out if you do it too much. All right, so he does it again. But on the flip side of that, he's gonna build conditioning in his legs by doing it. Okay, so he's gonna go under, stationary, weave drill. Just go right over his head. All right, and I can go faster and he has to weave quicker. All right. Okay, so once he gets that down, just like the side-to-side drill, the slipping drill, I'm gonna retreat and he's gonna have to advance on me. Okay, and all he's doing, same thing. If he roll or weaves to the left, he steps with the left. If he weaves to the right, he steps with the right. You don't have to make big dramatic movements, okay? You want to keep your steps short but quick, okay? You're going to see in the Peekaboo style, most of all the footwork is quick and explosive. So again, we're going to start stationary. He's going to get under it. All right, and then I'm going to start backing up. He's got to stay inside. He's got to stay inside. He's got to stay inside. Okay, you can see how he did a good job staying close to me. Okay, we're going to do it again. I'm going to show you again. Remember, you want to get your head when you're weaving inside my elbow and my wrist. You don't want to be out here because you're out of range to come up hooks. All right, you're giving them too much range. You got to get in quickly. Okay, so we're going to start stationary. He's going to get under it. Then I start backing up. He says, come forward. Yep, get all the way down. There you go. See how he's crowding me? All right, he's crowding me. He's moving his head and moving in, bridging the gap, getting close correctly using his head movement and his footwork. And then once he gets in, he can unload those fast inside powerful combinations. Now, mind you, this is just a drill, all right? Usually in sparring, it's only gonna be 1 to 2 movements and then you're in. So for example, he gets in a stance, all right? And let's say he's moving around, he's throwing jabs at me and I'm slipping and I'm moving my head. It's usually 1, 2 and I'm in. Bop, bop, and then I can get in. Same thing at the weave. I'm usually gonna 1, 2, and then I'm in. If it takes more than 2 to 3 head movements, then I need to get out or cancel my plans of going in because usually he's out of range. All right, he's moving too much. You gotta have better time, you gotta set it up, okay? Because the 2 major ways how you bridge the gap on an opponent is with your jab, behind the jab, or your head movement with footwork, combined with footwork. So that is the weaving drill, stationary and moving forward. So now, once my boxer has learned how to slip side to side and then do the weave, now we're gonna focus on the knee bend. The knee bend is basically, in Peekaboo, they call it the knee bend, or it's just basically ducking down. I'm doing a duck, a forward duck. So when I'm in my stance, I'm just gonna squat, bend down, and I'm gonna duck straight down and then back up. Straight down and then back out, up. So what I do is when I'm in my stance, I'll be back up. You can see my feet a little bit on camera. Let's say my feet are flat or my rear heel is up a little bit. I'm gonna turn my heel out to pivot my hips and I'm gonna go straight down, okay? Right there. I'm gonna turn the heel and go straight down, okay? Is it mandatory that you turn here? No. You can be flat-footed and still go straight down. To be honest, a lot of times when I do it is I just go straight down. I don't even worry about turning. But proper technique is you pivot, you kick the heel out, you turn straight down and then back up. You can be flat-footed and go straight down. It really doesn't matter, okay? But if I was gonna teach you that, I would wanna get you to turn your heel. So he's gonna be in this stance. All right, let's go ahead and face the camera. You're gonna do it with me. So I have him do it with me. All right, when I go down, you go down. So I'm gonna say down, you're gonna turn that heel and go straight down. So when you practice the knee bend, you wanna go as down as far as you can and then back up because you're training your legs, your body to get low, okay? But in fighting, I might just go down a little bit, down and up. So, okay, so on down, down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way down, all the way up, down, all the way up. Remember, you're gonna keep your head up, chin tucked, hands on your cheekbones, elbows straight and pointing straight down and close to your body. So down, up, down, up. So once he learns the proper way to knee bend, he's gonna face me now. He's gonna do, I'm gonna throw a jab. He's gonna duck under my jab or do a knee bend. So he's gonna lock it down in his stance. He waits for me, I throw the jab, he's gonna go straight down and right back up. Bop, Yep. Now he doesn't have to go all the way down. You go low enough. Remember what I talked about earlier about my chin? I like having my forehead under my opponent's chin. That means I'm usually under their punches. Okay, so he's gonna go straight down, then up. Yep. And it doesn't matter if I throw a jab or I throw a cross. Okay? Once he can knee bend and duck under both the jab and cross, I throw the hooks. Because remember, you can go down and let that hook right over your head. So I throw the right hook, he's just going to do a knee bend. Straight down, straight up. Left hook, straight down. Yep, it doesn't matter which punch I throw. He just straight down and up. Keep it simple. The best defensive movements are simple and can be used against multiple punches. Just like the slip. He throws a jab, I can slip the jab. He throws a cross, I can slip the cross. I can actually slip a hook. I just got to go down a little deeper. He throws a hook, I can slip down by bending a little bit more at the waist to get under the hook. Also, he throws that rear uppercut. I can slip. So the more punches your defensive movement is utilized to get, the better you're going to be. It's going to be simple. You're using technically 5 movements in the peekaboo. Slip, slip, knee bend, weave, and weave. 5 movements. Left, right, and then straight down. That is the peekaboo knee bend. That is it, guys. If you liked the video, hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to have more peekaboo style videos coming your way. Have a good day.